Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, BrainBoy20, and where we last left off, we had a milk run. Really not much else to say. Oh, our next mission we have in the ruins has some benefits associated with it, but I'm not particularly interested in that. You'll see that I've picked up some shard mercenaries, because I actually learned that the shard mercenaries don't care about skills. So, because of that, I will gladly be able to just use the mercenaries wherever. Now, actually, I'm going to do the obvious thing. Put in the treatment quirk. I cannot remove shard mercenary. Okay. So I'm guessing that's permanent for a negative quirk. That makes sense, and it's great that the game thought of that. Because I thought of that. I thought, okay, what if I just remove the quirk and just get a free level 6? And they were like, no, you can't do that. Right, you won't pray. What? Oh, right, brothel, love interest. I've not actually improved the brothel enough. What does it need? It needs things that are too important right now. So yeah, you'll just be stressed out for now. I'm not going to go into contagion levels. You'll only flagellate, won't you? Makes sense. Contagion chance low. Rambicourt, you'll just remain. Herbert. Meditate, because it's the cheapest. And you boys will just remain stressed for a while. What is it? What did I want to do? Oh yeah, deal with diseases. Because I forgot to do that as well, so let's just start trying to treat some of the more egregious diseases that are running about my people. Because those are kind of necessary to deal with. And let's go and get some shards. Right. Let's go. This is worthless. This is some use. I can keep the Crimson Curse going. I'll take 2 vials of blood. A bunch of food. Okay, I don't need nearly that much. The holy water isn't really necessary because I don't have any trinkets that buff off of it. Laudanum will take 2 full stacks and we'll go, I guess.
The poor miller. Thrice a victim. The seasons took his livelihood. I took his land. And now, uncountable years later, the comet has taken his humanity. My only regret is that I did not live to see that shoddy mill smashed to pieces by the miraculous bounty I reaped from beyond the void.
I know, it was a nice try to see if I could get those level 6 mercenaries. So, let's crack the bad boy open. Reward small. I'm assuming that 1 means 1 dream, or 1 memory, which is what I definitely would like to use. Onward and upward. Alright, you got the reality bend, which is problematic. But I'll accept taking some damage
Exposed
on you.
to a killing blow.
Crit. Crit, 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 crit. Crit, 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 crit. Crit.
A momentary abatement.
There we go. Now we can start our battle balloting, which is to make him useful. We only have 2 damage dealers, but the point of this setup is just to outlast these guys, because they don't tend to power themselves up. They just tend to hurt. You can hit multiple targets with Reality Bend. That's disappointing, but you can at least resist the debuffs.
Press this advantage.
There we go.
Give them no quarter.
The Herald is down. You're gonna definitely hit us no matter what we do, but that's fine.
A powerful blow.
Jesus, I didn't realize you could actually hit that hard with that attack. As I said, we're battle balloting right now.
Inspiration and improvement.
For the crit is the most useful thing we've got. Do I just judgment? It didn't kill, but I could judgment. Oh, why didn't I illuminate? I could have de-stealthed. Oh well. Trample moves. Oh well, Holy Lance. Back to our posts.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
2 horsies. I don't like 2 horsies. The problem is you'd go back 2. And it's only for 2 rounds. If it were a permanent effect, that would be better. But as of right now, it's not that great. We'll start dealing with stress and try to kill this horse. The horse in the front is the most dangerous affront to our humanity. Jesus. Did not realize you had stress.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
The seeds of madness are sown. We'll keep Battle Ballad going because it'll basically be 2 Battle Ballads followed by a de-stress.
Another one falls.
1 goes down. I thought I'd get lucky. Oh well. It's not an... I simply can't do enough damage. You hurt. That was a stun attempt. Thankfully it failed. I will hit the unstable aberration. For crystalline
Another
aberration.
abomination
It's simply too dangerous
cleansed
to
from
leave
our
alone.
lands.
Even more.
Decimated.
I mean, with our crit chance as it is, there's not a lot of horrible things that can occur. Now we can just start working on healing in the meantime. Paw on the ground, which hides you from view, and puts the Sleeper's Herald exactly where I want him to be. He's gonna Reality Bend. Reality Bend's on Botany, which is fine, because I know his debuff. Right, because it decreases healing received. That's why it's bad.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
You're down. I would love to reveal you, but I can't. We'll just continue the battle balloting. The speed boost being basically invaluable. Alright, you're revealed. It's a stun chance. Stun chance isn't very high. We'll just go for straight
A
damage.
victory. Perhaps a turning point.
Success. Oh no. Oh, maybe? Well, he's in the Stir the Rabble's in the back, so we get a turn of killing off these guys. Well, I guess it's not too problematic. Are you wasting? No, you're just Crimson Cursing.
Obliterated.
You have a 54% chance to crit. Daryl. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? You still have the Reality Bend debuff, but that won't be for long. No, I don't need to de-stress. We can just continue working on the battle balloting. The stacked buffs is just too important.
Eradicated.
And now we have only this farmhand and the foreman remaining, which I want the foreman to come up front. Well, you're marked. Seeds of Madness. No, I don't need to. We're critting enough as is, where stress isn't as much of an issue.
Precision and power.
Once again, I'm actually just not allowed to be angry at this setup so far. I wish I could, but I'm just not permitted.
Back
The
to the
aberration
pit.
goes down, you're back to basically near full. No Trespassers happens again, but it's on the person who should be tanking the hits, which, admittedly, I realize this now, I should have actually given him the defense buff skill, because he's acting more like the tank than anything else. Foreman does Stir the Rabble. It's not a very good buff, but it's at least decent.
The ground quakes.
You crit every single turn. I, once again, have to say, I can't hate you for doing that. How close are you to death? if I rolled maximum on damage, I could deal with you. I'm not going to try it because I know it's not possible to succeed, but it's at least okay to consider. You get hit back with a crit, to the surprise of absolutely no one. And you go to ground. No trespassers on the Jester, but the Jester has a 50-50 chance of even being hit in the first place. At least I think that's how dodge works. Shankety shankety.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Continue the buffs.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
I would get rid of it, but it's entirely without merit to do so, so I'm just going to focus on keeping him alive. In spite of the damage he's constantly taking.
Annihilated.
And another crit comes down. Now here comes your trample. Should miss the Jester, it didn't. It's going to force everyone to swap places, but it's not too bad. It'd be better to Shadow's Fade, because that puts you closer to the front. Because then you'll move up, push that guy back. I have nothing that moves you back, though, do I? Yeah, I don't. Except, how far can you move on your turn? I don't think I can see how much you could move. Oh well.
Be gone,
One
fiend.
aberration dead. I would AoE heal, but it's more important to heal the Crusader, who's just taking all the attacks right now. Okay, you can move to the back. That's perfectly fine then. One Holy Lance later.
A
Jerusalem.
brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
That's not good. It's just another horsey. Okay, they do shift colors. You're no longer stunned, but you're craving. Thankfully, that's not lethal. Keep the battle ballad flowing. We can kill off this horsey and hopefully get to the other horsey this turn. We'll start working on AoE, and you're down.
Their cursed champion falls.
Alright, this starts all over again. And more Seeds of Madness. You bleed. You drink. You back up by one. You ballad. Do not take the purity of the strength. We'll party heal again.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch
It's gonna
of
have
battle.
one unstable resonance, but I can't really afford it.
Executed with impunity.
I can't afford to stop it, is what I should say. Trample. Back guy dodges it, as he should, but he still moved. The entire party still moved around.
The horror.
Beyond time and space.
Battle behind, battle ahead. But for a moment, peace.
This is why we have laudanum. Eat. One fresh harvest, Daryl. You are renewed. And let's just move everyone back to where they should be. Right, yes, there we are. Everything is... No, sorry. Forgot my party order for a moment. Onward and upward. Sleeper's Herald, 42% chance to crit. I could crit the Sleeper's Herald. I do crit the Sleeper's Herald. I did not wipe, actually. I succeeded in the previous mission, and now we're just doing a full run-through of this. It's a much slower build team than I'm used to, with only these two as damage dealers, but so far they're actually doing extremely well. Shard of Growth. Restoration. You heal that much per turn. I was gonna say, it's a shame that healing really doesn't matter, actually. As the Shard of Healing doesn't do enough to really help them. Now, the Sowing the Harvest, that's That can crit? Oh, never mind. That does a ton. Alright. Well, we have a healer of our own. Take down the one
Continue the
attacking.
onslaught. Destroy them all.
Clear the corpse afterwards. Keep the battle ballad flowing because we can
The
have high
blood
speed.
quickens.
And we'll just focus on keeping this man alive at all costs. Clear out the corpse so no unstable mutagens or something stupid like that. And a revelation on the Vestal,
Such
but
a
that's
terrible
fine.
assault
She's not
cannot
supposed to be
be
a
left
ton of stress anyway. And that's 20 stress, so we'll clear it before it becomes a problem with logging. Alright. Yeah, we didn't get the farmhand, even with the 54% chance to crit. Oh well. I want to, like, try to smack them about, but I know your damage
Vigor
is too
is
low.
restored.
There
As
we
the
go,
fiend
Scarecrow
falls,
down.
A faint hope blossoms.
Oh, I did not want to see the rearing strike. Oh my god, I did not want to see the double stun. Oh well. Crystalline Aberration's probably going to just explode. Might have to take that risk. It's not going to be a wipe, but your damage is so low, unfortunately. Yep, you failed. We tried, but you failed. He's gonna go for a trample again, which we can't get him out of before he attacks. So Crystalline Aberration is gonna detonate most likely, or he's going, yeah. Stress to the whole party.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
And there's a foreman. It'd be funny if Stir the Rabble could hit a horse. The riposte doesn't matter. Do I want to get rid of stress on these guys? On you? Yes. You need to get cleared. Why? Why would you... You just wasted your entire turn. Thank you for doing that. You are not a god. Silence. Just let the bloodlust actually be useful to me. Clear that debuff. And... I would love to start smacking fools about, but we need to start healing the whole party. You're doing quite a lot, actually. Mostly preventing people from attacking, but killing them. Can you stop putting my front line in the back and the back line in the front? That'd be really appreciated. And Seeds of Madness. Well, at least you activate early, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna actually use Shadow Fade, because here's one of the few instances where it's useful. And then you'll back up 3 times. You'll heal the whole party.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
And this one's gonna activate, but that's just because we don't have a choice in it activating. Much like the last time. Quit your stunning strikes, Jesus Christ.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Stir the Rabble happens. You're gonna lose your buff. Okay, you didn't lose your buff. Please, I just need you to connect fully. Okay, you're dead. I want to get the foreman, but I didn't really think I have much of a choice in the matter. I would de-stress, but we need to rely on the crits to actually do anything in these fights. We're not doing enough damage otherwise.
The wounds of war can be healed,
My point exactly.
but never hidden.
Do not ever bother with Stunning Blow. This is why that armor buff would have been so much better. Well, he's doing it again. Thankfully the Jester has such a high, like, dodge rating. So you're mostly fine. No Shadow Fade for you. You know, Toxin Trickery. You'll go even faster, which is entirely irrelevant, but I just want to try to avoid the incoming attack. A few more, like, heal crits would be amazing right now. Can you stop putting the front line in the back? It's ridiculous. You're doing it consistently. I want to hit the foreman, but this thing is the most irritating thing in the universe. I want to kill it before it does anything else. Even if it brings more enemies out, I can easily deal with the small ones. The big ones are the problem.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
You can only heal from the back row. Never mind, you can still do a party heal, which is the one I was hoping for. Failed. No trespassers!
How quickly the tide turns.
Why do you have a bleed effect attached to that? Is that really just a pun? Oh no, you're also targeting the one not shard mercenary.
Injury and despondence set the stage
And you're
for
going
heroism
first, which means death
or
blow.
cowardice. Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
The strategy would have worked had they not just kept spamming endless amounts of stuns and big people. You know what? Screw it. We'll escape empty-handed. Screw this noise. No, these are shard mercenaries. I'll leave later. This makes most of my stuff useless, doesn't it? Wait, what?
Death
Oh,
by
fearful.
inches.
Right. Oh, now you give another plow horse. Oh wait, no, because I'd lose... what do I lose? The matchstick returns, we lose a single Berserker's charm because, of course, they can't resist targeting her. Paw the ground, because why don't you?
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Powerful! Been great a while ago. Too bad you're gonna probably die soon. So we could do a full freaking heal.
Impressive.
So I can't deal with the foreman, that's the problem. He's my biggest issue because he simply has so much health that I just can't touch him. Protection and speed is fine. I just want to escape with some reward for all this problem that was coming. Without fail, trample sends them in the wrong direction.
And now the true test. Hold fast, or expire.
No damage. I want to ignore the farmhand, but I need to kill the plow horse. But if I kill the plow horse, it's the final action of the turn. He gets all that stuff. Maybe I just need an abomination to be viable. Oh, well, I'm ditching these mercenaries anyway. They've caused me enough grief as it
A
is.
decisive pummeling.
Oh, baby, the plow horse actually dies the next turn. Pistress.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
This one's marked. Why aren't you targeting him? She lives, maybe. But you can target basically anyone else.
bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Kill the corpse so nothing spawns from it. It's just stress at this point. Just stress. Yeah, I need to build a different
Perched
team
at the
for
very
this.
precipice of oblivion.
Why do I think this team is going to work normally? It doesn't work in normal Darkest Dungeon proper. Even when you're doing it 100% correctly. And you roll minimum, which causes Seeds of Madness to appear. Thank you for that, Otten. You could have done anything else.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
She also has never crit on herself. By the way, you're also targeting her again. Like, once again, Darkest Dungeon's spiteful AI is in full effect here. That is the only explanation for this. Also, I could have just unjudgmented and that would have been fine. Alright, the foreman will die before it gets an action, which is fine.
Masterfully executed.
You're wounded, you're not bleeding though, because you have max bleed resist. I wish I had AoE clear for this. Seriously.
More dust. More ashes.
It's just
More
why...
disappointment.
I think this one physically can't take an action now. Yeah, I don't think he physically can take an action. I think Botan can, it's just he needs to not be useless, which... He isn't being useless, it's just still irritating. No, I don't think it's gonna be a wipe, because we hit the next milestone, so we should be able to leave next turn. With one of those things showing up. Roots. This is a stun. Okay, it's not a stun. Oh, you can do stuff if you're in the movement zone, but you're not. And, of course, Fearful Man is like, no, I won't go forward, no. Shut the hell up, Botan. I'm glad I have these as mercenaries. I can just get rid of you guys. You know what? You... Rolled minimum. No, because now we go to Beyond Time and Space. Like I said, this wasn't a wipe.
Corrupted curiosities, begging for examination.
Oh, now it actually cures the entire thing. Well, we're leaving. We'll abandon the farmstead because going on in future fights is useless. And this party needs to get rid
tests
of.
the metal
Gotten rid of.
of heart, brain, and body.
You make me mad. And are both deserving of death. Because you made me lose one of my champions.
There is a great horror beneath the manor. A crawling chaos that must be destroyed.
Don't tell me you guys... Well, if you guys can return, that means this isn't a complete waste of time. Botan... You're fired.
This one has become vestigial, useless.
Mobbin, you're not horrible. I can kind of keep you around. Do I have any other mercenaries to replace with that aren't terrible? You, who's an actually decent healer, I could take along. You have slow draw, resolution, and imposter syndrome. After a bit of salt and exploration. What do I even have mission-wise? Not a whole lot I could really do. Do I really want to continue? Nah, we'll just say salt consumes me, and I will be finished for now. Next time on Darkest Dungeon, we will... Well, no, I've got enough time. No, we're not leaving just yet. I have an idea. We won't leave just yet. Salt has not fully consumed my mind and soul. And in fact, I know something I want to do, and I want to get the Lost and Found event in the cove and maybe clear out some possible negatives. So let's pull together the party of the ages yet again and make it another hopeful milk run. In the meantime, if they're lost in time and space and that's not a permanent end to them, then I'm actually okay with that. Yeah, as long as it's not a permanent end, I'm perfectly okay with this stuff as it is. So, let's figure out what I want to build. Monty, full Monty. Speed is always good. And damage is even better. But if we're going with this, then we might as well, instead of the Dancer's foot wrappings, we might as well just go with something else that deals damage. Like a second Berserker Charm. No thank you. Instead, we will toss in... Keep Torchlight high. Do you have the candle? Yes, we do. You'll take the candle, and we'll just go full damage build on you. For one big mega hit to begin with. Dalen, you're not ranged. But we can definitely use the agility talent for the bounty hunter. And then we can put... No, Wolf's Tassel. Do you have a mark? You have a mark skill, right? You don't. You have flashbang, so I'm going to give you Mark for Death instead, because Mark for Death is such a good skill. I have no idea why you don't have it. And then I'll give you the Berserker's Charm. Vestal, Vestal, Vestal. Tome of the Holy Healing. Class restriction. You know what? You know what? Sacred Scroll. It hurts you stun skill-wise, but, you know, maybe just having the double healing on you will just be better overall. Bohun, we tried your idea of being able to just deal damage. And I think... Well, no, if we're having full heal, we might as well just keep the same damage trinket setup going. Alright. As for upgrades... As I said, Mark for Death instead. Selly, get your heal skills rolling. And Bohun, you don't need anything. Who else? No one else needed anything. Alright. So that team is mostly good. Logies can only go with his lover, and I'm not too interested in going to deal with that lover just yet.
So, ladies and gentlefolk. Sorry, my arms are currently trying to escape from my body. So I will continue with the introduction in just a moment.